there we are. A little bit, one level higher. Nightmare. I can't enter Hell difficulty until I'm level 30, it looks like. So that's kind of the most immediate goal. But what's happened here since I last played is I used a little tool that I found online called Diablo Saver. And I'll let anyone who's interested Google that. It's kind of an older game, so it's, not the most obvious thing to find out there, but it's a handy little program that I came across mention of for basically translating your solo files into your multiplayer files and doing a number of other things like backing up your character, I think, and stuff like that. But I really just used it to convert my save from a single player character to a multiplayer character. And before I did that, I made sure to basically sell off everything that I had. So like all like the single player quest gear and stuff that I had from playing around through my first run and stuff, like those things can't be found in multiplayer. So I just sold everything off for money and spent pretty much all my money, or as much money as I could, to buy additional spells, pretty much. Some elixirs. So I'll pull up my character sheet and stuff here. I've been focusing still primarily on magic and strength, and most recently strength, because I'm not able to equip a lot of stronger armor for a higher AC and stuff. So I sort of neglected that through my first playthrough, and catching up a little bit there. So that's 5,000 gold per elixir when Adria has them in stock. So I've been grabbing those when I see them. And to page through my spell book here really quick, I did purchase a lot of spell levels with the money I had of spells that I was using quite a bit. So I think my Firebolt is maybe a little bit higher than it was. That's a pretty cheap one to level up. Holy Bolt, I think, had actually popped up right toward the end of my normal run and was pretty instrumental in being able to defeat Diablo. And so that's just in level 2. But some of the others that were getting stronger toward the end of the game, I picked up Stone Curse here. So that's one I haven't really tried before. Phasing and Fireball, number of levels of that. So that's hopefully going to be a go-to for damage where possible. A few levels of Chain Lightning as well. So now I'm starting to see like the multiple lightning strikes go out from casts of that, which hopefully will be a big help. As I expect, this nightmare difficulty to not be too much of a joke. Golem, I think I had that at the end of the solo playthrough as well. That was also useful for distracting enemies, Diablo in particular. And I saw Teleport come up again as well, and since I just had a bunch of gold, I grabbed that too. I think that might actually be really useful going forward, because from the little bit that I've dipped my toe into nightmare difficulty so far, I just cannot be hit. Like, I can't get surrounded especially, or I'm just immediately dead. So something to get out of sort of that stun lock when I'm just getting interrupted constantly or something could be pretty useful. But being able to switch my spells around really quickly, so, to be attacking enemies with the damage spell, and then once I get surrounded, be able to react quickly enough to get the teleport out and get myself to safety, seems like it's going to be probably a challenge, given that I have just some F keys, I guess, to assign special spells to. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So yeah, I'm pretty much rocking more or less the same equipment that I had at the end of that normal playthrough. We've got some plus magic on the cap, some plus strength on the amulets, just some basic armor really. Why am I wearing this? Right, I don't know why I was probably playing around a little bit. And I think I'm wanting to get to this Gothic plate. This is one thing that I've seen drop in Nightmare so far. And I've really just poked my head into the first few levels of the dungeon. Of like the dungeon levels, like the first 4 layers, and maybe a little bit of the catacombs. So I haven't seen too much, but this is one item that I saw drop there. looks like I've got a new like falchion equipped. It's similar plus magic to my mace. Has a little bit higher strength requirement that I can now meet, and the resist to all plus 10% is probably why I'm selecting this over the mace. And for the most part, these don't look particularly valuable. In fact, I should maybe sell them here now that I'm back in town. I think I can still drop items on the ground here, but every multiplayer game that I start, like every time I load up my character, it's basically a new world. So unlike single player, I can't just leave items lying around. I have to basically carry all my gold with me that I want to have, so I'm going to be spending this a lot more freely, which is pretty cool. This Resurrect Scroll I don't think is going to do me too much good being a solo player. But to finish off the equipment, yeah, I just have about as high armor as I have been able to manage, which isn't particularly high. Whatever strength bonuses I can get to try to equip this Gothic plate. And that's about it, plus magic everywhere else. So it seems a lot more important in multiplayer to see good equipment drop, basically, because you don't have those single player quest items and stuff to fall back on that are so powerful. Yeah, so let's grab
Hello, my friend.
stuff. Nothing to do here. I'm just gonna maybe clear my equipment out since I really can't carry very much.
What can I do for you?
Nothing particularly valuable, so might as well just get the space. I'll have to talk to Adria to sell this. Let's go do that. It looks like I have a decent selection of mana potions. Maybe I'll grab a few more. Probably be relying on that a lot. But the differences in multiplayer seem really cool so far. I like that I'm sort of not relying on saving every minute or something as kind of a crutch.
I sense a soul in search of answers.
I can't just reload to see what else like Adria has on offer whenever I want, kind of. Like right now she really doesn't have. I'm looking at the sell menu. So let's see. So Treasure Bolt and Guardian. Don't think I'm too interested in any of those. If any, no elixirs right now. So that's about it. I'll buy a couple more mana potions. I'm still relying on the small mana potions. That was actually probably quite a few. Just sell that stuff to clear it out. Can I sell this health potion? Sure. Perfect. Yeah, so there's no saving here. If I do die down in the dungeon, it seems like I have to do a bit of a corpse run. You know, like my equipment. I think not my full inventory, but the equipment that I have equipped gets dropped, and maybe my gold as well. So you need to be really careful not to get too in over your head, I guess, too deep, surrounded by enemies in a spot that you won't be able to get back to. And quests are pretty limited, I think. I thought I did see one quest, so some of the like boss quests seem to be active. And it's probably going to be a lot more worthwhile to check Wirt for special items now that I kind of have money to burn in a way. I'm not really carrying that much right now because I probably spent it down. But to be carrying more than maybe like 20k in gold at a time, it starts taking up a lot of inventory space.
Over here.
So Plate of the Lion, 50 armor, 60 strength, and 60 hit points. The hit points mean nothing to me. 50 armor is pretty substantial. So I'm sitting at less than 32 armor. And I do have more than enough strength for that. But I'm also 3 points of strength away from this 58 Gothic plate that I already have. What is the cost of this?
Psst, over here.
Oh, and that is hugely expensive, so I should have just checked that the first time. Another interesting thing in multiplayer is like all the shortcuts to the areas appear to be open. So after I tried the first couple levels of the dungeon or cathedral or whatever the first 4 levels are called, and saw that it wasn't really very lucrative for me.
Please, listen to me. The Archbishop Lazarus.
So that's the butcher quest. Yeah, so these boss quests, I don't think I did the butcher one single player. I didn't get it. I got that poison water one instead. So yeah, maybe we'll try that sometime. But yeah, trying those first few levels of the cathedral, they just weren't very lucrative. So I just jumped down to the catacombs here, and definitely a lot harder. I was getting some more XP and everything. So I just want to check my spells here. I should really check my quick keys here too. I guess these all get reset because it's a new game. So I know that on this level there are a lot of the goat enemies. I mean, I guess it varies, but my emergency spells are going to be what I probably stick on my bar the most. So that means town portal, phasing perhaps. I'll try this out, see how it works. I think it's basically just like a random jump. Actually, let's put mana shield there, that there. And we'll have town portal if we need to escape. Can always just escape and spawn a new game, like if you get into a really bad situation. And Golem or Stone Curse. Golem is quite costly. Yeah, we'll use Stone Curse just in case we need to like disable an enemy. So I'm gonna need to get used to those hotkeys. And we'll still be relying just on probably Fireball and Lightning here quite a bit. And we'll just start exploring around, guzzling our mana potions and see how much XP we can get. Another interesting thing, I guess sort of a corollary of not being able to just save spam, is I have to be a lot more careful with like shrines or wells that I find. Because of the negative effects they can find. Like the negative, like I can lose stats or spell levels, things like that that I don't wanna mess with. Oh, interesting. I didn't see these guys last run outside of like the butcher area, or like floor 3 or 4. So that's a difference. That was a trap from like all the way across the level to the right. Crazy. So we have a growth shrine in here we don't care about. It's probably going to be swarmed with enemies as well. Yeah, so from our initial solo playthrough, we learned that the Ghost Shrine is basically like a random effect, so it's just too risky in a situation like this. It looks like a shrine, a quiet shrine. I'll have to check my notes once I get in there. I think I have seen that one before. And otherwise, it just seems like a mega grind, like trying to get enough XP to break through to the next. Jeez, a little clumsy. 2 shrines up here. That's nice. Yeah, to just break through to the next like big piece of equipment drop or next level. Those levels at this point are making a big difference. Survivability and these guys are a bit frustrating because they really like to just run away from you. Stand at weird angles and stuff, so it's hard to line up shots. All right. Oh, I can't even pause in multiplayer, huh? Okay, let me pull up my notes here. Got my D1 shrine notes somewhere. Right, so this is Enchanted Shrine. Enchanted Shrine. Let's see, I have Fascinating Shrine. Eerie Shrine is a good one. Yeah, I think I have to leave this one because I actually don't have it on my list. I thought I remembered that name, but I must be thinking of the Fascinating Shrine or one of the others, so I don't know what that does. These archers are hitting pretty hard. Wasting a couple casts there, but better safe than sorry. The lightning's really nice how it penetrates through the crowds. Quiet Shrine. All right, let's see if we have this one. Quiet Shrine. Yeah, this is plus Vitality, I think, with no negatives, it looks like. So Vitality doesn't matter much, but like, why not? Make sure that's correct. Yep, looks like it. Yeah, so again, magic and Magic and strength secondarily probably are the main ones I want to be trying to find. Quite a few chests, but no luck on items so far. I didn't even take a look at that stair. This is level like 5, so I don't think there are any quest areas, or I guess there would be no quest areas in multiplayer. So I assume this is the stair down. Let's just check. This is the stair up. So this is the stair down. I thought this is where I spawned. That is up to town. Okay, good we checked that, so it's not neither are the exit we're looking for. Sorry about that. I still hate how, like, when I lose focus on my game window, it just pauses, but that is, it's an older game, so it seems to be a byproduct of that, unfortunately, even in windowed mode. These red skeletons are even falling to the fireball pretty easily. Traps everywhere. There's an armor drop. Nothing too valuable, I don't think. Might be worth a little money if they get good skills, but yeah, see if something better comes along. intense, yeah. Seems like it's going to take a while to progress. I'm not quite sure how much more time I want to spend on this. I mean, I'm certainly having fun with it. Curious to explore the higher difficulty a little. Book of Firebolt, why not? Level 12, I think. But there's not... Doesn't seem like there's a huge amount of depth. Like, I don't really have any interest in playing the other characters. Or the other classes, however you want to call them, in this game, because like nobody really has unique skills per se. So they'd be getting the same spells that I'm using with the Sorcerer here and everything. And I'm much stronger with the magic with this character, I think. Melee and stuff might be fun, but not too different, I imagine. But there's a guy still in the corner there. So good for the XP, check for items, but I don't want to touch this, this random shrine again. Looks like it was the right intuition there to check out that last little unrevealed area before moving somewhere farther away here. Okay, let's back off and switch spells. Lightning's a little more consistent maybe in getting these guys in one hit. Sneaky, of course. Can't even see these archers in the corners. Definitely more gold. Higher gold drops and stuff, but items still seem quite rare. That was a bit careless. Walked past him, didn't expect him to come out of the barrel.